Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about 5 things to practice to help you heal from narcissistic or toxic relationships or situations. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Annemarie. I'm a Neuro-Transformational Life Coach and Hypnotherapist, and I help people, in particular women, reclaim their power and to find healing, meaning and purpose in their life again. So, number 1, set boundaries, especially if you're still in the relationship or in the situation. Set boundaries and enforce them. Really, really important. No is a full sentence. So once you've said no and they keep coming at you, walk away. Walk away. Okay, walk away from the conversation, walk away from the situation, walk away. Give yourself that permission, that right to walk away. You've said no, that's it. No explanations, no, finished. Otherwise, they will keep manipulating you. They will keep chipping away at your boundaries, and you don't even know. They will keep chipping away at your self-esteem until you have nothing left. You end up fighting harder and harder for less and less. And you don't even know because they're very, very clever. Because the longer you stay, the more deceptive they become and the more they erode your self-esteem. Then they have no problems discarding you and just walking into a whole other life like you didn't even exist. Then you have to spend months or even years for some people getting your head straight and healing your shattered heart and your shattered self, your shattered life. So set those boundaries and enforce them. Not with aggression, not with force, but with love for yourself. Really important. Number 2. Love yourself enough to know when enough is enough. I gave my ex thousands of chances, staying out of hope that one day he would fulfill a promise, that one day he would stop lying. I stayed out of love and out of guilt because you don't abandon someone you love, right? Yet he didn't care how much he hurt me. He had no guilt or empathy. He was quite happily watching me bleed out towards the end of the relationship. You know, they're saying death by 1,000 cuts. Know that they will never change, no matter how much they say they will. Behavior is a language, so don't listen to their words. Listen, watch the behavior consistently over a long period of time. Because otherwise they will not change. Well, they won't change. Because, you see, they don't see themselves as the problem. And so it's not that they can't change. They don't want to change. Because if they're not the problem in their eyes, you are. Because you're now saying no. And they're all good and happy while you appease them. But as soon as you say no, then you become the problem. Okay? So know when enough is enough. Love yourself enough. Because whatever you do, it will never, ever, ever be enough. You cannot fill an empty vessel. You cannot fill an empty vessel with holes in it that they refuse to plug up. You're constantly pouring and it's just leaking out. You're pouring into them, it just keeps leaking out, and where are you giving to you? Love yourself enough to make sure that you are full first. Okay? Love yourself enough to walk away, to love and trust again, to love and trust yourself so that in time you can love and trust other people. And love yourself enough to let love back in. Okay? This time with your firmer boundaries. Don't let them win by closing off your heart to love. Just close it to them. Okay? Number 3, forgive yourself for staying. Forgive yourself for trusting and believing the endless lies that they now believe as truths. You will never make sense of it. It will literally drive you crazy. Forgive yourself for your naivety. Because it's naive to think that just because I wouldn't deliberately hurt someone to get my way doesn't mean that others won't. Okay? Forgive yourself for not seeing the dangers because of that. Forgive yourself, because you will never make sense out of it, right? Forgive yourself for believing that everyone is innately good, because that's what they manipulate. Forgive yourself for being naive to think that someone you love wouldn't go to such low levels, because they will. Because you're now saying no, you've set your boundaries, they will go to all sorts of levels you never even knew existed. So, because now they don't just want to be right. They don't care how much they hurt you. Be really clear on that. You are an object to them. And now you are in their way. You are not a person. You are an object to them. You are an extension of them. And now you're saying, no, how dare you say no to them? They don't care how much they hurt you. Hell, they will burn their own life to the ground just to watch you suffer. Make that make sense. Forgive yourself for losing clarity because of this crazy, chaotic nonsense. Forgive yourself for losing that clarity, for that direction, for becoming confused and overwhelmed. Their whole premise is to keep you confused, so then they can weaponize the cognitive dissonance against you. And forgive yourself for keeping that hope. It's a beautiful, honourable thing, but it's naive when you're dealing with narcissistic and entitled people. Number 4, create your own closure. Really, really important. So that way you will never let them back into your heart. Create your own closure by radically accepting that you're so much stronger than them, because they have you believing that you're weak. They don't want you to be strong. They initially love that about you, and they end up hating that about you. Have that compassion for yourself and have that compassion for them. But be really clear with the closure that you owe them nothing. You don't even owe them another conversation. It's done and dusted. They've pushed you too far. Enough is enough. Love yourself enough, right? Going back to that other point. You owe them nothing, and so never ever allow them access into your heart again, because it will get worse. It won't get better, because they won't, want to come back because they love you and realize what they've done. They just want to hurt you more. They want to leave you dangling upside down. They want you to stay unhealed so that they can feel good about themselves. Pretty sad, isn't it? That you have to hurt someone who gave you their heart and supported you no matter what and forgave you no matter what. They have to hurt you because it's the only way they can feel good about themselves. That's pretty sad. That's a pretty empty vessel right there. So radically accept that you are really strong and you are never going to help them change or help them heal. The strength is what they loved about you, and that's what they end up hating about you. So it's not because you're weak, okay? because they kept up a facade, a mask. So create that closure by radically accepting that you fell in love with someone that doesn't exist, that you will never see the person you fell in love with again. Maybe snippets here and there, breadcrumbs here and there, just enough to keep you hooked, just enough to keep you believing and hoping. But they didn't exist. The person you fell in love with didn't exist. You fell in love with a mask. And I got sucked in pretty good, 23 years. Always believing I was the problem, always believing I wasn't giving enough. And my self-worth was in the gutter by the time I finished. So close that painful chapter and write yourself a new story based on unconditional love, based on honesty and vulnerability. Okay? Number 5, stay silent. Practice silence, the power of silence when the smear campaign starts. And trust me, when you break up, the smear campaign will start. It can't not. To people that you both know, they may not even mention you, like you don't even exist, because they want them to think that they don't care and that they're over you. But to their new supply, to their new people, to their new families, to their new, because they will go straight into another life. They can't be on their own. They will smear you to the high heavens. How else can they play the victim? The most dangerous part, they believe their own lies and even cry real tears to elicit sympathy from their new people, their new supplies. How you did them dirty, how you betrayed them, how you were untrustworthy, how you were going crazy. And if you react, you're just proving them right. So stay silent. Do not try and feel like you have to get your side across. One day people will know. One day karma, we all have to repay our karmic debt at some point. That's not my judgment. That's not my role to prevent them from their own karmic accounts. And so let me focus on healing my karmic account. Let me focus on healing my old wounds and my naiveties. Okay? Because they're going to smear you no matter what. They're going to say that you did them dirty. So didn't matter what they did, didn't matter what you did, they're always going to flip the table and flip the script. Because if they were found out, then their whole house of cards, their whole house of lies comes crumbling down. So, as I said earlier, it must be hard to be in their heads because their whole life is built on a lie. And it's lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, and you just got caught in it. That's all. It's not you. Okay? They have to defend that house of cards at all cost, because otherwise, who are they without it? Okay? And they believe it. So it's very dangerous to try and make people see something else or to make them apologize. You will never get an apology, and you don't need to. You have your own closure, so stay silent, okay? Stay silent. That's it. So I hope you got some benefit. Excuse me, I'm just going to have some cup of tea because it's pretty cold today. I'm going to add one more. Believe in yourself. Don't believe in them. Believe in yourself. So that's number 6. Okay? Believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that you're less than who you truly are. And don't shrink yourself. to prove them right. Keep rising above, keep loving yourself, and keep moving forward. These are just six things for you to practice to help you heal that little bit quicker, because that way you're focusing on you and your healing, not on them and how much they hurt you and why did they hurt you. How could they, right? You don't want to give them any more energy than you already have. All right? Cut them loose. Cut your losses. And hug yourself. Love yourself enough to keep going. And know that there is a beautiful rainbow at the end of the storm. Okay, in the meantime, I'm here to support you. I hope there's enough videos on my channel now to start creating a little bit of a support group, because that's my aim. I want to validate those who are going through it or have been through it and still hurting. I want to support, and I want to just help you know that you can and will reclaim your power. And if you want to go deeper, I do offer professional life coaching, and just to get you on track faster, because the pain is real and that feels like it's never ending. But I'm here to tell you it will. Just keep going, one baby step at a time. Whenever you fall down, that's okay, honor it. Then breathe it out, let it go, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and simply take another step forward. Okay, so until the next time, as always, I'm sending you so much love, lots and lots and lots of love, and take care for now. I'll see you soon.